we are about to cover 6 very common makeup mistakes that women over 40 are making when it comes to applying their makeup. There's nothing wrong with aging, it's completely natural, but if you want to avoid adding extra years to your face because of your makeup, stick around, you're going to want to take notes. Mistake number 1, adding too much concealer. Now, women make this mistake because they think they have dark circles and they want to cover their dark circles and their lines, but that is causing them to look older and making their wrinkles more pronounced. On this side, I'm going to show you how to do it the wrong way. And then on this side, I'm going to show you how I suggest doing it that will make you look more youthful. For the wrong side, we're going to be using this super coverage. It's by Too Faced and it's Born This Way. And I am going to apply it in a V shape because that's what we used to do. And I'm going to blend it in. And this is a very full coverage. So people who think that this is going to solve their problems, it is actually going to make them worse, in my opinion. When I bought this to test out, yes, it has a lot of coverage, but dear Lord, it is accentuating my wrinkles, not doing me any favors. I'm gonna do my best to apply this side as good as I can, because I'm not purposefully trying to make this look bad. I'm just trying to show you that there are ways to do it to where you can look older, and then there are ways that you can do it that will make you look a little more youthful. So as you can see on this side, when I smile, it really accentuates my fine lines. So I'm gonna show you what I like to do. I like to use a very lightweight liquid concealer that is buildable. And instead of applying it all the way down there, I'm going to apply it in the inner and outer corners of my eyes. Now with the same brush, I am going to gently start blending it in. And you can see how this is actually really just melting into my skin a lot more. I'm going to use the Too Faced on this side to hit the redness of my nose that I would normally do. Now this makeup look is the mistakes and the right way and the mistakes are ways that I would do my makeup on a regular basis. So it's not gonna be an extreme makeover, but these are little things that you can do, like I said, to make yourself look more youthful. Now at a glance, you may think that this side looks okay. When it starts to dry, it will just start to look and feel very heavy. I always tell people you really want your skin to look and feel like skin. When it comes to applying something that's too heavy and it dries down, it ends up just looking really matte and cakey, whereas something that's a little bit more lightweight is gonna be a lot more forgiving. Mistake number 2 is baking your under eyes. Now, I really, really wanted to love this baking powder by Huda Beauty. I see it all the time on social media, and I got the small one, and I'm glad I did because I don't think I will use it again. So I'm gonna tap some onto my hand. I thought I was gonna like it because it does have a light pink effect for brightness. I'm gonna show you how this technique is not good for any woman over the age of 30, really. Now I'm gonna be using a little puff, a little powder puff to be blending it in. And I have to say, this has a very unnecessary fragrance. I don't know why you would need to add fragrance to a makeup, but all right, so we're going to go ahead and bake it in. Now baking essentially is layering on a decent amount of product and then letting it sit, essentially baking. So while that's baking, we're gonna apply a very lightweight translucent setting powder to the other side. Now instead of baking it, we're gonna be using a little fluffy brush, and we're going to just tap in a nice coat, a very lightweight coat actually, underneath your eyes. I do like to take it down a little bit to right here as well. And really, that's all. I always do want to open up and make sure you blot out any concealer that might have settled in your line. All right, so you're supposed to let this bake for about 3 to 4 minutes, so we'll let that do that. All right, I feel like I've let it bake long enough. So now you're just supposed to gently take off all of the leftover powder. And now you can see why I don't really love this very much. It's starting to crease and crevice, and you can actually see my lines a lot more. This side's just a lot more natural, and my lines aren't accentuated. Now the takeaway with that one is less is more, and a very lightweight setting powder, not a baking formula. All right, mistake number 3, trying to contour like a professional. Even for myself, all these years as a makeup artist, I've never been a fan of contouring. I have tried, I end up looking like a baked potato, and my face just ends up like looking extremely dirty, and I just never been a fan. But there are ways that you can contour your face that are a lot more natural, and I'm gonna show you that. But first, I'm gonna show you the wrong way and the ways that you may have been taught. It was always suck in your cheeks and accentuate the hollows of your cheekbones to give your face a more uplifted look. So we're gonna try that. And then down here, they said, you know, sculpted jawline. And then, you know, right here, here. Those are always the places. So let's go ahead and blend that in. To me, I feel like I stick out like a sore thumb, like I tried too hard to contour my face. I'm not loving this look whatsoever. So how I recommend using your contour stick, and this is by OG, this is Shade Copper. I actually really, really love this stick. All right, so I'm gonna actually apply it with a foundation brush, and I'm gonna apply it on the high points of my cheekbones. And you're gonna essentially want to blend in your concealer with your bright under eye. I like a combination of a foundation brush and a blender sponge, beauty blender. And, you know, take a little bit and hit the high points of your eyes. And it definitely is still okay to hit your forehead, of course, because we do want glow up there. All right, so this side gives me a lot more of a lift effect, whereas this side is just leaving me with an icky feeling inside. I don't even know how to describe it. All right, so we're gonna move on to mistake number 4, heavy black eyeliner. Now, I'm actually gonna really regret this later because this is gonna be impossible to come off. Now, this is a black eyeliner by Ilia, and it is called Twilight, and it does not come off. So if you do want a black eyeliner, you can opt for this. I am going to show you how to use a black eyeliner correctly if you just cannot give up your black eyeliner. But first I'm gonna show you how not to do it. I still see women walking around out in the wild doing this specific thing, and it's just a no-go, okay? It will age you more than anything else. There are just so many different ways to define your eyes that you just do not need to do this, but I'm gonna show you what I see walking around out there, okay? All right, so I see women doing a very bold black eyeliner on the top and on the bottom. And dear Lord, if you are going even into your waterline, because if you want your eyes to look smaller, that will be the way to do it. And of course, not even getting into your lash line, because you do see that. All right, we're gonna go ahead and clean this up. All right, so that instantly aged me. And now I'm gonna show you, if you just cannot give up your black eyeliner, how to do it the right way. Now we're going to use this up in our lash line to create definition, but it will not make your eyes look smaller. You do have to be careful not to get it on your waterline, because that can make your eyes, it can make anybody's eyes, but especially if you have sensitive eyes, it can make them water and irritate you all day long. So just be patient and, you know, until you get the hang of it, just really, really take your time. Okay, so now you can see how that really gave me definition, but it did not take any of my eyelid space away, and I look a lot more youthful. I do not on this side. This side's scaring me, but I see it. I see people walking around just like that. Now, if you really did want an eyeliner look, I suggest using an eyeshadow, and I would avoid black in that area. I really like this little mini palette by Naked 3, and this shade is called Spiced, and it's just like a deep, dark I wouldn't call it plum, maybe a little bit, but it's a very pretty color that you can use to define your eyes. And I am using a very, very, very fine tipped precision detail brush by Morphe M250. Just tap off the excess and just go in and lightly line it. Go in for more if you need. Always tap off the extra. Less is more. And you can always add on. It's a lot harder to take off. Now you can leave it like that, or you can smudge it in, but we will go ahead and leave it just like that. I would recommend not going too far to the inner corner because that can also make your eyes look smaller, but the difference between these two is night and day in my opinion. Mistake number 5 that will unnecessarily age you is not curling your eyelashes. I know that seems obvious, you would think, but some women don't take the time to do it, and I highly recommend that you do. So we're gonna go ahead and curl our eyelashes on the good side. Really give it a good curl. Take your time. Sometimes you can just go in and do it twice if needed, but really curl your lashes. And of course, mascara. I can show you the difference between the two with mascara on. I prefer curling my lashes on before my mascara. You can do it after, but never really turns out that great. I am using this MAC 3D Dimension. I used to use it back in the day, and I picked it up again, and I forgot how much I really liked it. It is almost hard to tell how much better this side looks curled because there is so much black eyeliner on my eye, but it really does make a difference, and I highly suggest that you do not skip curling your eyelashes. All right, moving right along to the last mistake, mistake number 6, is using the wrong shade of nude lipstick. All right, for this last one, I'm going to apply this all over my lips so you can see the full effect. This is gonna be a very extremely too light of a nude for me, but on top of that, it's frosty. So that's another thing. If you still have frosty lip gloss floating around in your bathroom drawer, please go to your bathroom immediately and throw it out. It will age you so fast. I found this the other day. I was trying to find something more frosty, but I ran out of time. Accentuates the wrinkles in your lips that you didn't even know you had, but now you do. Now you have them, now you saw them. It is just, it's not good. Please don't do it. Please go in your bathroom and throw it away immediately. All right, so now that you saw this, I'm going to show you the correct way to wear a nude lip gloss or lipstick. All right, as we age, we lose the volume in the border of our lips. So I highly recommend starting off with a lip pencil, a lip liner. I really love these ones by Huda Beauty, and this is shade Pinky Brown. It is my favorite out of all of the shades that I've tried, and it just works really well with my lip shade. Now, one of the things is you want to have some color in your nude lipstick. You want it to have some peachy tones or pinky tones, depending on your natural lip shade, because that will add warmth back into your face. We want to add warmth and not take away the color from our face. My favorite thing to do with my lips is to overline them from about here to here on the top and the bottom. And then drag it down to where it's still within your natural lip line. And then you can, blend it in with your fingers, soften it out. Now, another thing to keep in mind is you really want to have a product or use a product that has moisture in it. So some sort of cream-based or satin lipstick, or you can always apply a lip gloss over a matte lipstick as well. I'm going to be using this Gibson Girl. This is a vinyl lip lacquer. The color is called Blushed Beige, and it's a really pretty nude that still has some warmth to it. It has a lot of pigment and it lasts all day. It feels nice and creamy. I just want to come back to this so you can see how it has dried down and it's starting to feel a little cakey and a little bit more stiff, whereas this side still feels really natural. And this right here, oh my gosh, it is not doing me any favors. I think I just aged myself like at least 10 years. It's not okay with me. That's just definitely not okay with me. Now, here are the 6 very common makeup mistakes that you could be making. And here are the 6 tips that you could do to give yourself a more lifted, a more youthful, and more refreshed appearance. Let me know in the comments below if you are guilty of making any of these mistakes. And if you learned anything, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more beauty tips. And I'll see you in the next one.